Hello friends, welcome back to A Little Coffee Club. As promised, today we're gonna review this Brazilian coffee that I brought back from historical downtown Winter Garden, Florida. I can't wait to get into it. The coffee shop was lovely. We'll probably talk about it a little bit more now when I go to the other counter, but I wanna get right into it. I can't wait to try this as espresso. So let's go ahead, take it over to the other counter and open the bag. Guys, that is one tasty little drink. It's very similar to something called a honey badger at the Kookaburra, which we've been to in St. Augustine. I have a video review of the place, and the Kookaburra is an Australian-inspired coffee shop. And this drink is very similar to that. And I gotta say, extremely tasty. Beautiful little coffee shop. And I got some beans to take home. All right, so happy to be back here with you guys again to hang out for an hour or so. We're gonna pull a shot of espresso with this. This promises to be, I mean, if it lives up to the hype and what it says on the bag, I'm gonna absolutely love this bag of coffee. You know, look at the tasty notes: caramel, honey, milk, chocolate. Oh my goodness. Now, like I said previously, if it said also maybe red currant, or something that gives me a little acidity and tartness up front, that would be the holy grail of coffee. This would be the perfect one. So far, you guys have seen that my favorite espressos so far this year has come from the Congo Kivu, from Good Brothers. I rave about that coffee. It's wonderful. The one from the Drippolator, which was amazing, I think it's the best espresso shot I've pulled all year, was the one from the Drippolator, followed by the Congo Kivu, followed by the shot that I had at Honeybee. I told you guys about that. Honeybee in Tennessee. It's a coffee shop. They have a Slayer machine, and they pulled the most fabulous shot of espresso, only rivaled by what we have done here at home. So that is so far my take on espresso so far this year. And we'll see if this bag is gonna live up to what it's saying here. But first, let's open it and let's take a look at the roast level. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped today for some reason. I don't know why, but I am happy to be with you guys here to hang out for a while. Okay, you know, I was not expecting to see this at all. This is way too light for what I was expecting to see. Wow. Okay, it says medium, but this is, if I had to say, I would say this is a medium to light, but who knows? Some of these beans end up with a lot of lightness in the middle, and they are, they're a true medium. I don't know. But you know what? It could work in our favor because this could bring out the little bit of acidity that I want to get out of it. So let me turn on the lights and show it to you guys. All right, there you see it. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm gonna take a picture of it and put it here on the screen. Sometimes you could tell better on the picture. All right, so let's go ahead and get our 18 grams ready. Yeah, guys, sometimes it's nice to just enjoy the little things in life. Coffee culture is one of the things that brings us together. Sometimes I wish that we could have our own little planet to be somewhere off, somewhere else, where we could all just get along, make coffee, have fun, enjoy the nice things in life, take care of each other, and just do nice things for one another. There's no reason for all the craziness that's going on in the world. But anyway, in this channel, we don't deal with any of this stuff. Again, we just deal with the simple things in life. We just make coffee, we chat for a little while. You guys leave me comments, I answer you. If you guys, bring up subjects that you want to talk about, obviously coffee related, we can, I'm always looking out for things that I want to touch on. I know that pretty soon I might want to make a video as to, somebody getting started, somebody new in the coffee coffee hobby. Because every now and then we got to bring these things back up. I already recorded, a couple of videos touching on stuff, like giving them the lingo, the words, like the dose, the yield, and explain what all these things mean so they can kind of follow along. So besides, it's always good to touch on the basics on dialing in espresso. Some of you guys are experts, but we do have a few new people on the channel. All right, 13.4. We're gonna go to 18. Now, nothing magical about 18 grams. It's just somewhere to start. You can down dose and go to 17, 16 if need be. You can up dose and go to 19 and 20. The only thing is that the basket that you are using in your portafilter, that kind of dictates how much coffee you're gonna put in there. I use the bigger one of the two that came with my machine, and reason being is because, I like to use the puck screen, and this is gonna take up some room on top as well. It also helps to a little bit, with the dispersion of the water as it comes out. And I think using the bigger basket, 18 grams, if you're gonna use the puck screen, I think it's kind of the way to go. All right, so let's see, 18 grams. Okay, 17.9, one more bean. All right, 18. So I'm happy to see that these folks, this was AXUM Coffee, again in historical downtown Winter Garden, Florida. It's close to the Disney parks. We were resort hopping, and then on our way out of town, we decided, let's go check this place out. And it turned out to have in a small strip of maybe 5 blocks, like 8 coffee shops. I mean, it was crazy. I ended up at this one, AXUM, and I had it was the coffee I had a nice coffee, because it was, man, guys, right now in Florida is brutal. Let me grind, I hate to cut the story like this, but let me grind this before the scale times out. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even give it any thought. What are we gonna do as far as grind size, right? Let's see, I'm at 14. This being kind of light. I mean, they say medium, but it's kind of light. I don't know. I think I'm gonna start with 14. Why not? So let's try at 14, see what we get, and we'll dial in from there. Is this, again, it's looking kind of light. So I'm gonna look for a short pre-infusion, maybe 10 seconds, 15-second pre-infusion, something like that. Then we'll ramp up to 9 bars, maybe pull like a 35-second shot. That sounds kind of like a reasonable place to start and see what we get. So, okay, 18 grams. Let's grind this at grind size 14 on the niche 0. Let me bring you guys in a little bit closer. Okay, here you could see the roast level again. But yeah, this is a lot lighter than what I was expecting based on the tasting notes. There you see it. And we are grind size 14. Okay, here we go. Yeah, definitely the niche 0. The niche 0 is a lot slower than the duo. The duo grinds like super fast. Tap the spout a few times, make sure you get everything. All right, let's see if we got 18 grams. Exactly. Niche zero almost never disappoints. So yeah, 18 grams in, 18 grams out from the niche zero. We always check retention on this channel, so we want to make sure that what we put in is what we get out. And yes, some of what you're getting out, I understand, is it's exchange. You know, you're getting usually maybe like a 0.3, you know, 0.2, 0.3, maybe even 0.4 of a gram from whatever it is you ground previously. And that's just what happens, okay? Unless you're gonna clean out your grinder completely every single time you use it, then you always have a little bit of exchange. Okay, so the first thing is we fluff up the grinds. I like fluffing it up in the cup. Okay, let me get the scale out of the way. Okay, this is nice and dry. Let me make sure that the focus is locked. And as a matter of fact, I might want to get a little bit closer to you guys here. All right, there we go. Okay, so we come in with our 18 grams. This is a dosing funnel or dosing ring. It just kind of gives you extra room, so when you use your WDT tool or Weiss distribution technique, when you use this tool, gonna move the grounds around a little bit to kind of, what you want is even density of grounds in your portafilter. So you kind of even everything out and you declump it. But again, if you're using a nice grinder, and I already declumped it in the cup, so there is no clumps, but the main thing that you want to make sure now is that you have even distribution of your grounds everywhere in your portafilter. So you just start at the bottom and make little circles and start coming all the way up. And you just distribute your coffee evenly everywhere. Now when you tamp this, it's going to kind of squish it and really make it nice and even everywhere. Well, as long as you're tamping properly. So that's the purpose of the tamp. The purpose of the tamp has nothing to do, or very little to do, with the pressure that the machine is going to build, okay? The machine builds pressure almost entirely based on the grind size of, you know, the coffee you ground, okay? So it's almost entirely your grind size, and almost nothing at all has to do with the tamping. Okay, today we're gonna tamp with the Pasado tamper. I love this tamper from Pasado. This is called the Iris, the one that has this kind of wood, and this is the kind of wood that I wanted them to to use to make a tamping station. That's why I'm still kind of working it like this. Ideally, you want a tamping station to kind of hold your portafilter in place nice and straight, but it is what it is. We're still trying to look for the perfect one. Okay, with this tamper, I always struggle a bit because of this beveled edge. But, you know, after I tamp down, I check with 4 points of pressure, kind of feel around, make sure it's even. If not, you adjust it a little bit. Then you can check, there's a line in here. You can check to make sure it's like even everywhere. Okay, it's perfect. Actually, today I did a pretty good job with this tamper. Usually I struggle a bit more. All right, then we come in with our puck screen. Drop it in, let's lock it in, pull our first shot and see if we get lucky. Oh, you know what? I almost locked it in, but today I remembered to run it. So let's run it a little bit, just flush out some of the hot water. And then I'm gonna put the paddle at 5 o'clock. That's where I always start. Dry it. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what that does, but people say it's good practice, and you know, I do it when I remember. Now, I've never noticed the difference in the way that the shot pulls, or I have never seen any kind of difference as to, you know, does it taste any different or anything like that? I don't think so, but it is good practice, so why not? All right, I should have all the cameras running here. Today we're gonna use the Timemore. So I love this little scale. You guys know that both the Akaya and the Timemore, they both have this automatic espresso function. And it's the reason why I like using it, because I can concentrate on just the flow control and concentrate on when to start and stop the machine, and you don't have to worry about the scale at all. So now that you get this A flashing, it's ready. You put the cup up here. Okay, it's gonna tear by itself. Okay, when you get the A flashing again, you're ready to go. So here we go. Again, I want to do like a maybe, I don't know, 10 to 15 second pre-infusion, depending on how it's going. Okay, here comes the pressure. Usually takes about 9 seconds. It's funny, I never noticed that before. Okay, we're at 15 seconds. I'm gonna ramp up to 9 bar. We're not getting anything, so this is too fine. This is way too fine, but we'll see. I'll let it run for a little bit. Look at how little bit this thing is open, and it's like at 10 bars. So that's what I didn't understand, why Ollie was telling me that his machine, you have to open it a lot. I mean, it's all based on the grind size. If you're not building pressure, it's because you're not grinding fine enough. That's all it is. Okay, this is way too long. I'm gonna stop the shot and just reset, and we'll do another one. Okay, let's start the scale and get another 18 grams ready. I already did my thing with the espresso machine. You guys know I've talked previously about my workflow between shots. You know, I rinse everything out well, and then I'll run some hot water, and so it gets really hot again, and then I rinse out the cup that I pull the shot into, and I put it on top of the machine with hot water from the water spout, and that heats back up, and then we're pretty much ready to go again. $17.9, one more bean. Okay, we're at 18 grams. Okay, so grind size. You know, it's happened before that I never changed the grind size, and I ground the coffee again at the same setting, and I had to save that for something else, and I'm like, man. All right, let's adjust it. So we were at 14. What do you think, 3 notches up? Yeah, let's go to 17. Yeah, we're gonna go at 17 because it was, it was flowing. It didn't completely choke, and I don't want it to be super fast and soupy. So let's try grind size 17 and see what happens. See if we got our 18 grams. 17.8, we're missing a 0.2. We could do the bellows. Should I do that? Yeah, why not? We have this little plunger that you could use to kind of, like if it was a bellows. If you have a niche grinder, you probably know all about this because everybody has one of these. It works very well. Just do it nice and controlled, or you might get a little mess. So now we're right back at 18. So this thing works, definitely works. Okay, let's start by fluffing it up again. We're done with the scale. I leave the puck screen inside and everything so it could get hot. Okay, so now this is ready to go. Let me see if the angle is good for you guys. Okay, it's focused there. Same process. And we tamp one more time. Again with pasado. Okay, this time it's crooked. Let me adjust it. Okay, there we go. You can always adjust it. Again, if you notice, the difference is that this one has this little slant, and for some reason when I tamp down, I can't feel as well as with this one, so that I can go nice and level. So this one just always, this is the one that came with the machine, and it just has always worked perfect for me. This one I always end up struggling a little bit, but I just love it. It's a beautiful tamper. People have told me, why don't I just get a self-leveling tamper, and I probably will eventually. But again, this is about the manual process and enjoying the process. It's kind of like if you have a sports car and you want it to be stick shift, and you want to change the gears and throw it around in the curves, and you don't want to just like a Tesla that go here and it does it all by itself. It's a totally different experience. So this is the whole manual process and actually learning to use the tools, and it's just part of the fun. It depends. If you're into it, fine. If not, you can automate the process as much as you like. All right, puck screen, and we go again. All right, I should have all the cameras going there. So let's try the timer again. Okay, once the A starts flashing, you can go ahead and put your cup up there. Now it'll tear. When it starts flashing again, now you're ready to go. All right, let's try it again. Now, between 3 notches on the niche is a good amount of difference. I imagine this shot to work. Maybe it'll still be a tad slow, but I think we'll be fine. So again, the paddle, I started at 5 o'clock right there in that position. When it starts to build pressure, I kind of move it down so it'll stop somewhere around 2.5 bar, somewhere between 2 and 3. Okay, that was about 17-second pre-infusion. Now we go to 9 bar. Okay, that was a nice slow ramp up, and it's still kind of slow. I could definitely, this one I'm gonna taste it though. This one, we'll see. We'll see how well the puck holds up as well, because sometimes the puck, it will start to you see, that's what happens with the timer. There you guys see the glitch. That's why the Akaya is better, because when the coffee's flowing really slow like this, sometimes the timer will just stop. The Akaya will never do that. At least I've never seen it do it. I've never seen it do it. But I'm gonna go by the volume, which when the cup gets full to where the line is, where the double wall ends, that's about 2.5 ounces, which is my 45 grams that I'm looking for. Yeah, this shot is way too slow. I'm gonna taste it anyway, because I already let it run, so I'm gonna finish the shot and taste it and see what happens. Wow, that's a long shot. 1.5 minutes since it started. Okay, we should be really close to, and now I'm at 10 bar. I just wanted to finish. So that should be about 45 grams there. I use always the same cups, so I kind of get used to how much volume is in the cup to know how many grams that is. Let me stop the camera. Okay, this one I'm gonna taste it. Although I imagine it's gonna be bitter, but being a lighter roast coffee, who knows? Maybe not. Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. I doubt it. All right, let's try this. Guys, you're not gonna believe me, but there's no reason to I'm gonna pull another shot, guys. This is just, it can't be, I gotta be able to get more out of this, but this can be perfect. But, well, I don't even know how long this thing pulled for. It was like more than a minute and a half. And I know, like, you guys see this and you're like, man, how in the world, like, how isn't it not like super bitter? Like, it's just not. You know, I know my water temperature is usually really somewhere around 80 Celsius. It's not 95, it says 95, but I've done the test. It's somewhere around maybe 82, maybe 83, something like that. The very first shot I pull is usually not even 80. It could be 79, maybe 80. Then as you pull more and more shots, the machine builds up to like 82, 83. If I have it on for a really long time, maybe it goes up to 85, 86, something like that. But I'm nowhere near 95. And that could have something to do. Also remember that water chemistry has something to do with your extraction. Maybe the water chemistry, the water that I'm using is a bit different. Well, I hate to throw this out, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna pull another one, okay? But I'm gonna have a little bit of this, and I'll see you guys in a second. We'll do another shot. Okay, so we were at 17, wow, and it's still like way slow. I think 20 is not gonna be good, guys. All right, I'm gonna try at 19. 19. That's quite coarse on the niche. I mean, it's not unheard of, but the most coffees I grind somewhere around 14, 13, 15, you know, 19 is quite a bit. So let's see. Now that it's cooled, it tastes, it tastes fine. I would absolutely drink this, but for the sake of the video, we'll pull another one. All right, so for the sake of the process here, you see there we are at 17.9. Let's go ahead and grind this. Again, we are at grind size 19 now. Let me focus that. Okay, you can see there, we're at grind size 19. Gosh, come on, focus. Okay. Okay, so we have another 18 grams. Well, 17.9 actually. I always start it one more time because sometimes there's a bean going around in there and you want it to drop so it could catch it. Then you tap the little spout because sometimes it retains a little bit of coffee there. Let's see if we got our 18 grams or 17.9. Between 17.8, 17.9. Pretty much the same thing we put in, we got out this time. So I'm gonna roll with this. Let's do puck prep one more time. But as you could see, I'm still having this shot because, you know, it tastes fine. It's had a chance to cool, and I don't want to pass judgment as to the tasting notes just yet because I want to get something closer to what will make you guys happy, let's say. So let's go ahead, grind size 19, and see what we get this time. Okay, we should be focused there. Let me fluff it up. Okay, turn off the scale. Okay, everything's hot and ready to go again. Okay. Okay, I should have the focus locked on there. Now you guys saw the glitch on the timer, right? So that's what usually happens. If it's flowing really slow, sometimes it'll just stop timing and then you lose control of what you're doing, you know? With the Acaya, this next shot will go with the Acaya. Even if it flows slow, I've never seen it stop. I don't know how it is that they have it so fine-tuned that it's just always perfect. You know, you pull your shot, when you're done, then it stops. And usually pretty quickly. So, you know, it could sense if very little coffee is still falling in the cup, it could tell. You know, Apparently the Timor is not as sensitive, or maybe the programming, or I don't know what it is, but it definitely, the Acaya, this is one of those situations that you get what you pay for. All right, some WDT again. I wonder if we've had any kind of channeling, but man, you guys could see that normally channeling is not a thing here. We just almost never get any channeling. When we do, it's been very, very minor. I never gotten one of those really like messy shots that you see sometimes online. It's been very well under control. Okay, this time we'll tamp with our Lelit tamper. I think this tamper is made by IMS. And again, with this one, it's just perfect every time. It's so much easier for me. Unbelievable that that little beveled edge makes such a big difference, at least to me. Okay, this time I'm gonna use my other, the other coffee. It's up there getting hot. It's been up there the whole time. So I'll use the other one because I'm gonna finish this because it was quite good. So we can only hope to get even better. So let's lock in and we'll pull another shot. All right, I should have all the cameras running, but now we're gonna use the Acaya. You guys will see, look at how much faster it is. You press it, you're ready. You see that? It's crazy, right? So here goes the cup and you're ready. So it's just faster, it's more of a polished, all around, you know, better product. But you know, the other scale, the Timor, is like, I think when I bought mine, it was not even $100, it was like $80 or something like that. This is $250. I mean, you can get 3 of the other ones. I mean, I don't know if it's worth it. The other one usually works well. Every now and then you're gonna get that glitch. That's the only problem I've ever had with it. And that's only if you're gonna do the automatic espresso function. If you press it yourself and stuff, you're probably never gonna have that problem. So, you know, I don't know, it's something you guys have to weigh out, but all right, here we go. Let's see. Again, we're 5 notches up from where we started. We started at 14, we're all the way up to 19. Let's see what we get this time. Okay, here comes the pressure, level it off. And again, at 15, I'm gonna ramp up. Here we go. Oh, that's a perfect ramp up. I think this one's gonna work. Okay, we're at 9 bar. Just gonna hold it here. We're looking for 45 grams out. So a 1 to 2.5 ratio. 18 in, 45 out. Okay, we're at 35 seconds since first drip, 50 seconds overall. This is still slow for what I wanted to do. Wow, this is pretty crazy. But the last shot was good, so this one's gonna be even better, I imagine. Okay, we're getting there. All right, I stopped it at 44.8, 54 seconds since first drip, 67 seconds overall. So, you know, it's not exactly what I was looking for, but let's taste it and let's see what we got. But you guys see the difference with the scales. I mean, the Acaya is just definitely top notch. Let's give this thing a swirl. These are the Krug cups, the shot glasses. What are they called? Propel. The Propel shot glasses from Krug. They have these little winglets inside that kind of stir up the coffee when you swirl it, so you don't have to use a spoon. Okay, let me taste it. This is definitely a better shot than the previous. There's a little bit of saltiness kind of thing going on that I think if I were to pour an even faster shot, I might be able to get rid of that, and this might end up being like a really good espresso. But I think for today, I'm tapping out, guys. I'm gonna drink this one as well. Let's go back to the other. I'm not throwing this away. There's no way. Besides, I don't know if it's gonna get any better from here. I'll report back. I'll let you guys know. But it's gonna be hard to improve on this. Oh man, that is smooth. That is nice. Okay, let's go to the other counter and let's talk about it. All right, let's give it a swirl. You know, the aroma is not a big deal. I didn't even mention it, right, throughout the recording so far, because I didn't get hit with anything, whether in the bag or when I ground it. There's just nothing. This is probably a washed coffee, and it doesn't have a lot of aroma. Although we've gotten some washed coffees with a lot of aroma, so we can't base it on that. But there's no funkiness whatsoever. It's clean. I'll read, but I'm guessing it's just a washed coffee. Yeah, just not much on the aroma. Wow, very smooth. The only thing is the little bit too much saltiness. I think maybe if I speed up the shot a little bit more, I can get rid of that. And I'll report back to you guys. But this is still, this is a good shot, very good shot. It took us 3 tries. We were at grind size 19. Maybe I should try 20. You know what? I would try like 20 and a half. Not quite 21, maybe 20 and a half grind size. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I plan on using this bag just for espresso. So I will try it as pour over. I'll do it at least once or twice and report back. But this is mainly gonna be espresso. I could see this being one of those espresso superstars. So cheers. I hope you guys brewed something tasty to go along with me here. Wow, super smooth. Great balance between the sweetness. There is a little bit upfront acidity with this coffee, so exactly what I wanted. It's lacking a little bit on the sweetness. I wonder if, you guys, I just reported back to you guys that Ethiopian coffee that I was dialing in from Good Brothers, by going faster, usually, in my experience, the coffee is gonna bring up the acidity, not get sweeter. But on that coffee, it got sweeter. Maybe this one will follow suit. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. I would like to bring up the sweetness a bit. The acidity up front is perfect. I would like a little bit more sweetness. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, am I getting the actual, chocolate and all that? Let's search. I would call it somewhere between milk chocolate and dark chocolate, because there's a lot of sweetness. But again, the sweetness has to come up more. I expected this coffee to be like a lot sweeter. With honey and milk chocolate, I expected it to be a lot sweeter. And I'm getting more on the acidity. I thought it would have maybe none, but it does have the little tartness, acidity up front. It's hard to say, I would say that this coffee is maybe not a true medium. It is maybe more medium to light. What do you guys think? Now, one thing is that it's very smooth. It's very smooth. There's the acidity is very well under control. Just a touch, just enough, just the way I like it. A little lacking on the sweetness. A little bit, and I gotta say, I'm nitpicking, okay, but a little bit too much of a little bit of saltiness, And I think if I brew this maybe another few more seconds faster, it would diminish that. I'll report back. But that's what I get from it. Do I get honey? Definitely there's a sweetness, but I would not have guessed honey. I would have guessed maybe some fruitiness. Definitely not a citrus note. This is more like fruitiness. What would I attribute the sweetness to? Some kind of sweeter fruit, you know, maybe something tropical. Could be. I don't know if I would have guessed honey. Who knows? But I can't guess because I already know that honey is one of the tasty notes. So I don't think I would have guessed that honey. You know, milk chocolate, I might have guessed at that because although it's not that sweet, for the level of sweetness, I definitely would not have gone with dark chocolate. I would have gone with like a sweeter chocolate, like not so dark. And maybe some kind of fruitiness, a berry tartness up front, maybe like the ones we've gotten, you know, the red currant or some kind of berries, you know, berryness, but definitely a sweeter coffee. I wonder if by going a little bit faster, I could get rid of a little bit of that saltiness that is what's keeping it from being stellar, okay? But we're close. We are close. I will report back to you guys. Sad to see you go, buddy, but this is it. Wow, it's very smooth. Man, you know, I wouldn't say so far that it lived up to the hype, but we're close to it. I'm gonna keep dialing it in and report back, but this could be one of those really stellar coffees for espresso. You know, definitely this shot is way better than the first one. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Will it get, and the first one, you know, I could tolerate it, but yeah, it was not like this one. This is way better. And I knew it, you know, I knew that was way too long, even for me. I mean, we have done shots over a minute that have been wonderful, but this one was like ridiculous. More than a minute and a half. So yeah, definitely this shot is superior to the first one by far. Well, the first one didn't even pull. We didn't try the first one, but way better than the second shot. Now, could I dial it in further and get it even better? Maybe. I'll report back to you guys. But, you know, one last thing I want to talk about. I've gotten a couple of comments, like I always get, you know, that the videos are too long, but the same amount of comments that I get that the video's too long, I get that the video's too short. So, I love the long videos, like an hour, you know. You know, I don't plan or set out to record any type of length. Sometimes I try to keep it shorter just so that it could be easier to edit. As far as recording, I'm just recording my brew session. It's what I would be doing even if I wasn't recording. I would be enjoying some espresso and thinking about the flavor profile, maybe taking some notes down. It's what I would be doing anyway. Listening to some music in the background and just enjoying my coffee. You know, this weekend we had company. Yesterday, and you know, I did the whole setup like you see behind me. As a matter of fact, I think, yeah, I had it from like last time when I recorded and I kind of stopped, but I left the things out, and I had some family over and we enjoyed some coffee. We made tea, and yeah, had a good time. But, you know, so I've gotten the comments, right, that the video maybe is, why don't I do shorter videos and like a few short videos instead of just one long video? But, you know, doing several short videos is a lot more work than one long video, because the recording part is fine. And whenever you do a short video, you're gonna have to do a thumbnail, you're gonna have to do a different upload, you're gonna have to do the hashtags that you have to tag the video with what people usually search for online. You got to do all of that work several times instead of just once for the one long video. So definitely doing a bunch of short videos instead of one long one, that's too difficult, and I just don't have the time for that. So keeping them at around, I would say 35, 40 minutes, that's kind of the sweet spot for me, and that's what I will try to do. Sometimes it'll be even shorter depending on how much time and how many videos I have in the pipeline. When I have a lot of videos, I can take the time to record longer videos and take my time editing. Sometimes I'm running short. I don't have too many, like I'm cutting it close, so I'll make a few short ones. And yeah, I've gotten, what other comments? I've gotten a few comments as to like kind of basic stuff that, that you guys that watch all the time, you guys are experts. But like I said, we do have a few folks that are kind of newer into the espresso game, and they've asked me some coffee basics. That's why I want to make another refresher kind of video talking about all the basics. Today I cover some things. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I've had a couple of comments as to why don't I do like chapters, and so that people know, just like on a book, dialing in the first shot, tamping the first shot. Like you can put as many chapters as you want so that people can go directly to those spots on the video and jump around like that. That just adds more work. I don't see myself doing that because it's just gonna add too much work for me, and I can't add more work. Again, I'm just some dude. I have a normal job. I just can't dedicate even more time to making these videos. But I am glad that you guys are enjoying them, that you come back every Sunday. And I've been giving you guys a Sunday video every single Sunday now for more than 2 years. I can't believe it's been that long, but yeah, it's been more than 2 years staying consistent with the coffee videos, and I've been enjoying it a whole bunch. I plan to keep making them. I hope that our little family grows and maybe we can do some lives in the future, but it doesn't matter. I have a good time doing this and sharing with you guys and getting to know some of you guys is the main reason for me making these videos. Obviously, if I wasn't getting any kind of engagement, I would have stopped a long time ago, because what's the point of recording myself making coffee every weekend? So yeah, I would still probably make, because I enjoy the process, I enjoy making the videos. I would probably still make a video as to like when I get some new tools or some new kind of process or something like that. I would make maybe a video every 2-3 months like I used to, not consistent for sure. But the engagement and the fact that you guys have been enjoying it and that you keep coming back Sunday after Sunday to watch me make coffee and and share your time with me. I appreciate it, and that's why I keep making them, and getting to know you guys, like I said, is the best part of the whole thing. So I hope you guys had a good time here, spending a little bit of time with me today, and I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. Hopefully you learned something, or at least you had a laugh at my expense. Oh, another thing is that, I got a comment as to like, that I take kind of long, right? Because I'm explaining things and I'm filming. So when I unlock the portafilter and I do my pug prep, the portafilter is off the machine for maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes, something like that, by the time I lock it back in. I know that is quite long, but you gotta understand that I don't film every single shot that I pull. I pull plenty of shots when I'm not making videos, and I don't see a big difference. I really don't. The fact that I'm explaining and I kind of go slower, from locking in to start pulling the shot, again, it takes kind of long, maybe another 4 or 5 minutes. So, but you got to understand that a lot of times I'm not filming, and that's not my normal workflow. Obviously, I'm not talking, I just go faster and like anybody else. And I don't notice a big difference in flavor. I don't notice any difference. So apparently some of you guys do, and that's why you've left me the comments, but I have never noticed any difference from taking 5 minutes in my process to like really fast and doing it in a minute, like I would normally if I'm not filming. So I just don't notice a difference. As far as the long shots, I know that I don't know, just try it. Check your water temperature, make sure your machine is not pulling the shots a lot hotter than mine, and that could be maybe why some of you guys have tried these long shots and they get bitter, because maybe your shots are not pulling at 80 degrees. You really are at 95. And in that case, another comment, that reminds me, another comment. Somebody said that the brew temperature offset, that I was like using it wrong. Like there's an offset that you set in the secret menu. There's like another like a service menu on the Lelit Bianca where you could get into it and change some settings there. But the thing is that the offset that is on that menu is not intended to be used the same like the brew temperature offset, where it's a thing that you could just set it for one shot and do like a temperature profile of the shot pulling, okay? That is not what that's intended for. The offset that is in the service menu of the machine, that secret menu, that offset is so that when you pull shots, the shots are pulling at 95. So right now my shots are pulling at around 80 degrees, but I'm doing just fine. I just have to kind of maybe pull longer shots. But I'm not in a hurry. I don't, I don't care. So that doesn't matter to me. So I'm not gonna change that. But if I wanted to pull the shots at 95, that's when you get into that offset, where the machine will read what's in the boiler, and then you can raise the temperature from there so that when you're pulling the shots, what you're getting at the group head, it's 95, not 80 like it's happening to me. So that offset is meant to fix that, not to do like a temperature profiling of a single shot that you just want to try something. It's that's not for that. So, and again, I don't care that my shots are pulling at around 80 degrees, maybe between 79 and 85 at most, something like that. That to me is perfectly fine. You would probably have to pull longer shots like I do. It's just something to play with. Maybe one day I will. So, and raise the temperature and see what happens. But anyway, I've chit-chatted way too long here, and this is gonna cost me some extra editing time, but thank you for all the comments. I appreciate you guys a whole bunch. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming back Sunday after Sunday to hang out with me here. Again, that's the whole point of this channel. I'm just some regular dude. I'm not an expert. It's just to share our experiences and to learn from each other and to enjoy the whole coffee thing. Again, something simple, something just that a lot of us enjoy, and sharing the experience is just, it's kind of fun for me. So that's why I keep making these videos, because you guys enjoy it. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Cheers.